grow up, we will see multiple conflicts, overall distress, and tensions leading up to a big war in the next. Well, not a big war, maybe just a multi-country war. But first, we have power rankings. So, number 1, we have Bangladesh. They've risen to number 1 in the last episode after they took over this multiple land. It's like a lot of land, and Sri Lanka and this. So they are risen to number 1. Next, we have northern France, which has been secretly remilitarizing after the big war. Its leaders have been having a lot of anxiety, so they have been making a massive army, even surpassing the Red Iberia team at number 3. And the orange team isn't on here because they just got their ass kicked. So, and then we have South China, which I wouldn't be surprised if these two invaded this one in this episode. Just saying. And then we have communist Italy at number 5, which they definitely aren't planning some stuff that will definitely not happen in this episode. So, talking about some stuff, the red team will be experiencing communist rebels in the south east, I guess. Yeah, right. A big blob in the southeast, which definitely isn't suspicious that is the closest part to Italy. Just saying. Will break away in the south east of the country. They will start rapidly pushing before another country will send the France country will start supplying the red team, which will help the red team just enough to be able to beat these rebels. But these rebels were very, very strong, stronger than the orange team, which is weird. But they will manage to push them out, and after this war, the French country will launch an investigation of these communist rebels to see why they are popping up everywhere and what is causing them to pop up. So, and what they find is everything is linking back to Italy. Everything is linking back to the Italian Communist Party. First, they caused a civil war in Italy. Then, they tried to civil war in the French country. Next, they put independent ideas in this country. Next, their plan was to take the red team. And then the plan from there was to take this red country. And from there is going to be this Italy. There's going to be this country here. So basically, their plan was to get all the countries on their side, and then basically take over the world and make the world red, basically. So these guys are like, whoa, what are you doing? And the red country will actually join the Square Alliance. That's not right, Square. Due to this, they will join the Square Alliance. And this is a massive blow to the Italian team's plans, as they didn't expect their rebellion to fail because they put in a lot of funding into this one, more funding than anything. They kind of gave them half of their military, literally. We'll investigate this country to see if they had any involvement in it, because they're allies. They will find out that they are not, so then they'll investigate these guys, because they're in the alliance, and they have no involvement in it. So then they'll investigate Greece. They had no involvement in it. This was all just the Italian country. They didn't tell their allies. They didn't tell their allies about this plan. mostly because they didn't want them to backstab them. Because the Italian country never actually wanted to have allies there. They just saw it as a potential opportunity to get protection just in case a big war started up. Like, basically, just a backup plan if their plan fails. And the leader of this country, I guess the king, will start threatening the Italian country, basically saying, like, install a new government or we're going to invade you. And these guys, not knowing what's going on, it's like, whoa, what are you doing? And they're just like, we're trying to protect our sovereignty. And then they say, we're like hundreds of miles from you. What's your problem? And then they show them the info that they found, and they're like, holy shit. and then they confront Italy, and they're like, what the hell did you do? And then and Italy's just denying it. Like, those are just fake documents, they'll say. They just say that's fake documents. Well, they're not fake documents. They literally have the Italian leader's signature on them. That's kind of a stupid thing to do. And after the public of all the Square King countries find out about this, they all start pushing for war with Italy. Like, every single one. But before tensions get too high, the next set of communist rebels appear, as they've changed their plans because of their previous plans being compromised. They changed their plans, and now there's communist rebels appearing in the UK. These communist rebels will quickly take major cities along the coastline, but then these countries will get involved and quickly salvage the situation. The UK isn't really strong. Square Squad officially declares war in Italy, not the Circle Squad, Italy. And the Circle Squad, knowing about the plan, does not back Italy. Actually, they do the opposite. The country will actually join the Star Alliance, and all other members leave, so then Italy just doesn't have an alliance anymore. And they're just like, whoa, you gotta chill out. Like, these are clearly fake documents. And they're just like, no, you literally have your signature on it. And then and then the Italian country is just kind of like fumbling, wait. And they just don't really know. But before they can make an excuse again, they will be invaded from the north and begin. Oh, no, that's not right. And they will begin being launched up, being attacked from the north. As the monarchist rebels will break away in the south, because this government got into power through illegal means, and this is the original party that was in control, so they want their power back. They will quickly overrun the communists in the government. And yeah, that was a close one. If we had waited a few episodes, that could have been bad. Like, if they didn't figure out, if they hadn't gone for the red team there, if they hadn't tried to get the red team on their side, they probably would have been fine. But no, you just had to mess it up by being greedy and wanting more countries than you needed. This country will officially have a vote and will switch to a monarchy country due to a coup d'etat in the capital. So, anyways, let's look at that peace treaty back. And so, yeah, they basically are like gone. communism has been destroyed before they got too powerful, basically. Anyways, back to Asia. In Asia, we have the Bangladesh country and China working together to launch an invasion on this country here. They will launch an attack from the north and will quickly occupy tons of land. I swear this country doesn't have a capital. The capital is probably like there. So these guys will make a big push towards the capital city and will manage to take the capital. And crazy thing is, I'm recording this on it's the 23rd of March when I'm recording this. I think you're seeing this in like May, which is insane. But these guys will quickly fall over, and let's look at a peace treaty. The country is very weak now, as this country has lost all of its valuable land, which was its coastline and its capital city. So, as the capital city will just become a major city, as now the Bangladesh country have access to the Strait of Malacca, other than via boat. These guys are really an Asian superpower at this point. Also, I did something different with the borders and made it more jagged. I made the borders a bit more jagged. If you like that, then tell me in the comments and I'll do that more. Anyways, here the purple country, which is kind of like the chill guy but tries to keep everything in check. Well, secretly expanding or doing it. It's like the guy that's the red team to hold a vote for all of its provinces that border the purple team if they want to join the purple team or not. And in a definitely not rigged vote, all of the provinces on the border will vote to join the purple country. It's definitely not rigged, by the way, as all of these provinces vote to join the purple team. Look at this nice border. It looks very nice. Iran has sent explorers out, and they discover the green team. And what they do, and will form a new blue country, which is very, very big. Well, there's nobody really here, so they can kind of do whatever they want, and there's nobody really here. So they will make a country here, and they will quickly try. They try to reach the Caspian, but before they do, they realize that if they do any more, they are going to go boom into a million tiny countries, which would make little kids cry in geography class. Because they don't want to learn. They don't want to learn about all the you wouldn't want to learn about all the Holy Roman Empire states, would you? Times 4. As I'm gonna do a sphere of influence thing. This red country here, it's the strongest country in the area. So its sphere of influence looks something like this. Certain countries can be in multiple spheres of influence though. Like its sphere of influence looks like something like this. So like this purple country is also in the green country here, like sphere of influence, which looks something like this, as like most of Arabia is in it, and that's what this is kind of what the green country's sphere of influence looks like here. So, or any promises that I might have said in the first 5 episodes, I probably forgot about them, so if I break them, That's not my fault, it's my memory's fault. Which is kind of still my fault, but still. As this North Russian country will quickly expand into the Siberian wilderness. As they quickly just expand, making very weird borders with nothing. So that's cool. The Blue Country has, I just find it crazy how the Blue Country came from Iberia and is in Greece. Like, I'm not doing something with them, but I just find that insane. Well, I am doing something with them. The standard of living is way higher than this country, and this country votes to join them. And what is this? They have that now. They've always had that. Egypt will increase its power by gaining more of the Nile area, because the Nile's just kind of the only populated part of Africa. They are the top dog in Africa now, so which makes this country kind of mad, as they are the former top dog in Africa. So what will they do to make themselves feel better about being no longer the top dog in Africa? As they will launch a mass attack with tons of troops into this purple country's territory, as they will quickly and rapidly take tons of land, including the capital. The purple team was not expecting this massive assault, and the purple country will quickly lose tons of important land along the northern coast, and they will quickly fall over to the might of this country. That makes them feel a bit better about no longer being the top dog. Alright, they've lost they've lost their capital and a big chunk of their western land, which is kind of where all their population was, so they're kind of screwed. Do you know what makes them even more screwed? Not good for this country. They have lost the majority of their territory, and they do not feel very happy about it. This is how Austria and Hungary feel after World War One, and kind of now as well. This purple country will be mad for the rest of its existence, which will probably be like 2 episodes, as this country wants revenge for their taking of land. Because this country used to control all of Egypt, and then they got kicked out by these guys when they revolted, because they were cut off here. So this country kind of blames this purple country for their loss of Egypt, and they're just kind of very mad about it. So this neutral country has done nothing, and they will continue to do nothing. But I just thought this was important to mention, that this country is now a democracy, the first democracy on the planet. Nice. And this red country will soon after follow in the footsteps of it and also become a democracy. The first 2 democratic countries, let's see how long they last. Civil War has broken out to bring back the monarchy, as it's not really that big of a deal, as this country will easily put it down, but the stress from that civil war is so bad that they switch back to monarchy anyway. Like, the civil war lost, but kind of also won. So the civil war got what they wanted. So as we have a Japanese country appearing. This Japanese country will take over Japan. We'll just have all of Japan and surprisingly a lot of Russia, which is kind of surprising. And this country's capital will be Tokyo. Duh, it's just Tokyo. I've actually always wanted to go to Tokyo or just any part of Japan, honestly. But I can't because it's so expensive. Like, it's so expensive. I can't afford that. Well, in a few years I could maybe afford that. But over here, the orange team's remilitarization. Oh, I didn't remove this. This is probably not accurate anymore, so that's not going to be done in the next episode, don't worry. As this country will just quickly make a annexation of this country. So this country just annexed this one because it was gonna die if it didn't get annexed. So the Netherlands will be just crying because they're just crying because their economy has gone to poop. But a new solution to that has appeared. Economic alliance. That's right, this is the first economic alliance in this series. As it will be formed between these two countries. Did I say two countries? I meant three! As the economic juggernaut, this country has joined it, and this alliance is basically just, please give us money because we're broke. Alliance. It's basically just northern France giving these two countries money in return for them not invading them or something. Like, how would they invade France? Like, they are way stronger than these two countries. And now, and the orange team will join this because they want economic help just in case the red team wants part 2. Like, and like, but they don't really. This country doesn't really know whose side they'd be on in a war here because, well, military alliance with these guys and economic alliance with these guys. But something that'll make this better. This country, the orange country, has just joined the military alliance. They are not very happy about doing this though. They realise that if they don't, then these guys probably wouldn't help them in a war because these guys are in the military alliance. But if these guys are in both, not only will the red team not be able to invade them without pissing off the entire alliance, but they will also be in an economic alliance with a higher chance of the North French country helping them instead of the red team. So this is seen as a pretty smart move by the rest of the world. As this country, the purple country, will continue to expand into the African continent. Yeah, that's what it's called, Vinny. That is what it's called. Until they have a breakaway. As these 5 countries break away from this purple country, mostly because I didn't want a country that big to appear out of nowhere. And starting now, there'll be a surge in events happening, which won't mean there's more stuff happening in each episode. It will mean that each episode will will happen over a short amount of time. So instead of being over 50 years every episode, it will be over, say, 25 years every episode, but with the same amount of events and stuff. So it would basically just mean more content for you guys, basically. Because as the world goes into a state of war and trade and just politics in general, this is when politics and stuff like that just really surges. So anyways, Pokelaw out.